Hello and welcome to my speedrun tutorial for Taifu Wrath of the Tiger new game. I'm going to try and make this as comprehensive as possible in that I will show you the best, most optimal tricks that I know, but I'll also show you more beginner-friendly ways to approach each level. Before we get into it, I do just want to thank and shout out the tasser and contributor McKniggediKnack, who recently did a really sick task for Taifu, I've got to say. He does great work on the videos too, unbiased. I think it's fair to say that we've gotten a lot of value out of that task. It's shored up a lot of holes in my understanding and some new discoveries as well, so I will be referring to that at points throughout the run where I don't really feel like I can show you the best strategies, so yeah, thank you McKniggediKnack. Let's get into the run. I'm going to be doing this tutorial on Duck Station Emulator just so I can use save states, of course. You're going to want to play this on a PS2 Slim with FDS. So just come into options, change the difficulty to easy. We call this boosting in the community. And then timing begins when you press X to press start. So we're going to get our first loading screen here. Get familiar with these, I hope you like them. They're going to be a large part of the run. After this loading screen we'll get our first cutscene, so you can skip cutscenes by pressing start. You'll want to just start mashing start here. And then just go through the basic controls, move around with the analog stick, jump with X, attack with square, circle grabs things, and once you've grabbed something you can throw it with circle as well. And triangle, I guess it blocks or something. You don't really use triangle much except to finish combos, which we'll talk about later on. But anyway, to start the level you'll want to be holding down right on your analog stick and just walk over here and jump around this barrier. Come to the end of the level. And yeah, once you pick up this gold coin you will finish the level. And you'll unlock different styles which will give you access to more movement tech and more combat tech as we go through the run. So and once this summary screen comes up, just start mashing triangle to get through it. And don't worry, not every level is that difficult. On the map screen, just wait till Ty gets near the location he's walking to and start mashing X. Okay, so again, on this one, to start the level you'll want to hold down right, otherwise you'll get stuck on some bamboo that's like annoyingly in the way if you just go right. And just here, around. And then this is a bounce pad. If you walk onto it and press X, you'll gain some height. So jump up here, walk past these spikes. Whenever you see these pillars, that's a checkpoint. You may have noticed the music cut out just there. That means that part of the level is loading. But anyway, you just want to come over here, jump onto the bridge, oops, onto the bridge, and then here, and then past this snake like that. One thing you may have noticed just there is when I got hit by a spike, I was pressing X at the same time, so I did a kip up. That's a good practice, is whenever you're in a spot where you could take damage, just continue pressing X and you'll do that kip up and not maintain speed, but recover really quickly. Anyway, this is essentially the first part of the run where you have some options on how you're going to take it. So I'll just show you the most basic option first. So yeah, what we're going to do is come up here, jump across here, jump across here, and then go ahead. So right in front of us we've got this checkpoint fight. Basically we just have to kill these two snakes, as you can see in the top right hand corner, to proceed through the level. So the most basic way you can do that is just to walk up to the end and spam circle to grab them and then throw them off. It's not the fastest way, not as consistent actually as the next fastest ways either. Okay, just accidentally made a save state there instead. But as I was saying, it's not very consistent because sometimes you just won't be able to grab the snake for whatever reason. So yeah, there are two improvements that we can make. Number one is just to stand here, and the snakes will just walk off the edge. And the other improvement is a death warp off the edge like that. If you get that snake's attention behind us, and you don't wait so long, like that, you can get his death to count in this fight, and then just walk to the edge. I didn't get that guy to fall off, but apart from that, yeah, that's the optimal strategy. It's very easy. I would recommend going for it. Basically because there's no real downside. Except for one lost health, so if you want to save your life later, you can do that. Now I am jumping here whenever I go over a slope, just because sometimes it's slower, and when I walk past enemies like that, because as I mentioned before, one, you want to avoid damage, and two, you'll kip up. So we're about to get to a fight that will activate the end of level pickup. The way we're going to handle this is just to get to the snakes and do a 3-piece combo. Oops. And then like stand back here. If you stand too close, they won't jump straight down, they'll just stay up on the hillock like that. So yeah, just stay low. And then the coin will activate. Okay, now I'm just going to show you first the intended way that you're supposed to do Bamboo Hill. Regardless of how you do it, you're going to hold down left on the analog stick, come over here. And then in the intended route, you come down here. And right in front of us we have not a checkpoint fight, but just an intended fight that's supposed to stop us from progressing further in the level. So you can either just do that, like walk forward, and you can finish combos with a triangle, like when you're in the air like that, the triangle button is flashing at the top of the screen. I also have never really done this, so I guess you go up to the right here, and then walk around, and then you would bounce up here, across this bridge, and progress further into the level. You can also just walk over to the left here, walk against the left wall and try to transition from that onto this geometry, or just walk up, I guess. And then once you're at the very top, you can, once you're here, you can jump like that, bounce up onto the bridge. Now here you want to just make sure that you don't go too far forward on the bridge, because you'll activate the fight and then die. So obviously that guy wouldn't be there, but just walk at the back and you'll be fine. And then once you get here, you want to bounce here. And one thing about getting the maximum height out of the bounce pads is that you want to delay the X press until Ty's at the crest of his little bounce. So yeah, you would come up here, bounce like that, and press square to extend your, or to stop yourself from falling for a second. Get up here, and then you come around like this, bounce up here, and then again we have an end of level fight, so you bounce up here. And the way we do this one is walk against the wall here, and what's going to happen is generally that dude will zip down to the bottom. I haven't gotten that twice, but anyway, regardless of what happens there, you want to, oh my goodness, you want to press circle to grab them and then throw them off the edge. And you want to avoid throwing them in that direction, because they'll just start bouncing on this bounce pad. It's a bit of a troll. So that's how you would do the level the intended way, or you can skip that fight over to the left. I don't recommend either of those. I think you should just come to the left here, and this is a new tech we're going to talk about called back tapping. Basically when you walk against a wall, you can kind of get up a little bit, and then Ty won't make it up any further. But you can see there, like, I'm getting slightly different heights when I go up it, and if you walk into the wall holding one direction with the analog stick and then tap the other direction with the D-pad, you can get higher than you can in any other circumstance. Essentially what I think is happening is Ty is kind of getting into the wall a little bit more for whatever reason. very technical. Anyway, so what that means is that you can walk to about here, basically right in front of this big bamboo, walk forward, and then start doing this tapping. You want to try and get it when the camera changes, and you want to tap as quickly as you can. Okay, finally. So I think the camera change factors into that a little bit, but yeah, it can be a little bit finicky to get the maximum height that you need and to jump off the wall without losing any height. There is an easier spot at the end of this little wall here, so this triangle is pretty good for getting great height. Anyway, from here, just bounce up to this checkpoint, off of this bounce pad. I like to grab this invisibility scroll, just so this guy doesn't mess with me. And then from here we're going to do an up warp. Basically we're just going to jump around and underneath some geometry. Okay, so what I did there was hit some insta-kill geometry. But yeah, once you get under something, the game decides you shouldn't be there and warps you up to where it thinks you should be. So I think that's related to the back tapping, like you sort of underneath the slope for a second and then you get raised up. Anyway, regardless, from here you just do a kick over this gap and join up with the other routes that we looked at before. That's a bit more like it, and yeah. Okay, so you're going to want to hold up at the start of Tiger Ruins, and I'll just show you what the task does here at the start because I don't think it's worth trying to show you myself, and I don't think it's worth doing. But yeah, basically we're going to jump into this arena and fight a giant snake. My general strategy is just to try and hit him with the 3-piece combo followed by the triangle finisher. Yeah, that's basically it. So try and do that. Once he knocks you down, you can get a kick up, and I think you deal like a bit of extra damage if you continue that into a combo. But it doesn't always work very well. I don't really know what the optimal strategy is apart from if you're somehow able to replicate what the task does. You'll have to wait until the mantis starts talking in this cutscene before you can start to skip it. And then just hold right on the analog stick. Once you get close to this pedestal, press L1 to do a chi blast. We'll grab this coin. Okay, so I didn't actually explain what the chi blast was just then. Basically, when you press L1 and there are some enemies around, until the later stages of the game, you'll do this blast and they will just instantly die. So a very useful piece of tech, and we unlock it in that level. But yeah, so you want to be holding right on the analog stick when you load into this level. And then once you get to here, you face a choice. You can do the New Game variant of the New Game Plus skip, which I recommend doing. There's another way to do this that the task does. I'm not sure which is faster. I actually think it's this, but regardless, you can just walk up to the top of this piece of geometry and then just jump kick forward and jump kick forward and aim for this little grouping of triangles, and then you can jump up here. If you don't hit that, or if you just choose not to go for that, you'll be down here. You can grab this scroll and then you'll just want to jump kick around here. Try and avoid getting hit by any of these, it can be tough. And then come up here. You would have been here with the skip either way. Come over to this little I don't know, pile of dirt or whatever, and then jump onto the rock here, the cliff face, and then you can walk up to the top, wiggle a little bit if you need to, and then once you're here you can jump up actually to the top. And you heard the music change just there. That means I went far enough left to hit a load trigger that will load in a checkpoint that we're about to use for a death abuse. So basically all you need to do is once you jump up here, come over to this rock and then just start heading right again, and then do a kick, and you've got the checkpoint. So we will spawn into a fight just here. Start mashing L1 once you're spawning in, and you'll do a chi blast and instantly recover all of your chi. And then just do that again and pick up that squad, as you just saw me do, until this last guy who you kill with a regular combo. Alright, easy. So just move over here, try and avoid getting hit by these guys. Again, pretty difficult. And then here, we have another little choice. Basically, you can... Okay, not from there. Sorry, it's from here. From here, you can do a jump kick out of bounds, and that will skip just a little bit of travel distance. It's very difficult though, don't recommend. I do recommend trying it from this location. Just try to jump kick around there. If you don't get it, you'll land inside this statue. Try to just wiggle and jump your way out. So that's the only downside. If you fail, you might get stuck in that statue. Okay, I guess that's how you do it. Jump here, and then do a jump kick across. It didn't work that time, but yeah, it's pretty easy. Anyway, if you didn't do that, didn't want to do that, found it, just come around here. And come down here, and now we have another checkpoint fight. So you just want to come to the end of this island here, press L1, and then a little bit of combat here. These guys are kind of annoying to get in a combo right away, but that's, I find, the best way to take it, is to try to take a hit from one of them and then go after that one, while delivering a hit as well. I've got enough chi that I think I'll just continue. From here, you can either go left. This is the easy way. I would probably recommend this, and then you'll get to this log. Or you can go straight directly ahead, and roughly there-ish you can do some more back tapping to jump up here. It's not too hard, it's actually a pretty friendly spot to do it. But then, yeah, either way, you'll arrive on this log, and from here you want to jump basically from the middle of it up to a walkable spot in the wall here. That's a really easy skip. Okay, so let's try that again. You want to fire this guy. So now you have full chi. Come over here, spawn the leopard and this guy, and then start walking back, and press L1 about there. Alright. Easy end fight. Just one quick note, if I didn't have enough chi that one combo could get me to full chi, and what I would do is after getting the checkpoint here, I would just stop in the tar and die. That restores your chi to full, obviously, so then you can complete the level however you want. Okay, so you want to hold down right to start Leopard Fortress. Jump over this little corner cut. And basically, we're supposed to be stopped from progressing through the level by these spikes until we kill 2 leopards that spawn in this little area to our left. But instead, what you can do is just jump through the archway. It has no collision. Yeah. And then here, there's a little bit of a choice between tactics that you can take. Basically, what we want to do is come over here, and we have a choice here between dying to hit this checkpoint and spawning into this checkpoint fight, or we can up-warp under the bridge, onto the bridge, sorry, and try to take lure a leopard off of the edge and get that kill to count in that checkpoint fight. And I think it's also a little bit faster to not die and up warp onto the bridge regardless of whether you get to lure a leopard, so obviously it's worth trying either way. I'll try and show you that now. The way I approach this is I just walk essentially to this corner and then try to continue on. There is also a way to lure 2 leopards. It's not probably going to happen in a good run in practice, so I wouldn't worry about it. I will just, you know, throw it up in the video. Now, I would stick to this strategy. So just walk here, across this corner, and then once you warp up here, try to stay on the front side of the bridge, because you want to avoid the leopard back here from despawning. Okay, beautiful. So we got that one to count. Either way, whether you get it or not, you just want to come and stand here behind this statue. Blocking seems to help these guys die faster. Sometimes they can sort of get caught up on the slope. But regardless, you just want to wait these guys out as they jump off the edge, and then walk this way. Up ahead, there's just a little bit of an annoying spot. Basically, we want to up warp. Sometimes this leopard gets pretty close. But yeah, he didn't that time. We want to up warp by just walking against the wall like that. So try not to walk outside, just literally walk into the wall and then a little bit left and you'll up warp like that. If you want to be super safe for some reason, let's say you're on your last life and you don't want a game over, you can kill that guy and then pick this up, and you'll have you'll be walking much slower for one, and you'll also be in an altered sort of physics state where you won't slide down the walls as much. Anyway, once you've warped up to there, you just want to come around here, jump around this pillar to start the end fight. Try to kill this guy with a combo before this guy gets to here, and then hit him once, hit him twice or 3 times I guess. And then do a chi blast to kill 2 people at once, and do a quick combo on the final leopard. I didn't execute well, but it's a very simple fight. So there's a little bit of a mandatory watch, and then once we skip this, you just want to start mashing L1 to get a chi blast off as soon as possible.
Come on, tiger.
And then basically, when this chick gets close-ish, you want to do a jump kick and try to get her in these combos. The reason I'm trying to turn around is because you can get... Okay, I thought I'd get enough chi for a chi blast there, but yeah, you can hit her 3 times, and then if you're in the right position when you do the chi finisher, you will hit her another 3 times. Okay, so one thing to watch out for is mashing the start button too early in this cutscene. I think it might go through fine, but sometimes if you are too early, the game will just soft lock like this, and yeah, you won't be able to progress through the game. So just give it a second to see some motion before you start pressing start, and then it will never soft lock on you. But anyway, here you want to just hold upright, and there's, believe it or not, 2 ways that you can do this. So you can just jump up here onto this hand and up onto this platform, and then this is a new piece of tech, I guess I should explain. As the Leopard Master just explained as well, once you hit the analog stick in a certain direction twice in succession, close succession, you'll start to run. So anyway, from here do the Leopard Dash, and jump over this platform, and then try to hit this coin from the front. You'll fall and get another life. Alternatively, I wouldn't really recommend this strategy, but it is probably technically faster. Sorry, press R1 and jump at the same time, and you'll up warp a tiny little bit. And then once you're about here, oh sorry, once you're here, you will just hit the wall, and then back tap. If you're super quick at back tapping, this would be optimal, I believe. Okay, so there you go. I think that would technically be optimal, but pretty difficult. Not worth going for, in my opinion. And just one more thing, one other ability that we unlocked after that fight is jumping, pressing triangle. You can do a little sort of mini chi blast. Just stuns the enemies, does a little bit of damage. But yeah, in temple bridges, you want to tap upright, jump, jump. I like to just jump along this section to not hit any snags. Jump from the edge here and from the edge here. A little bit of, I think, unintended skipping going on already. You're supposed to turn that bridge, but anyway. Then right here we have a checkpoint fight, so we're going to skip it. You're going to continue running across this bridge, and if you get too far into it, you will trigger your checkpoint fight where you've got to kill 3 of these lizard things. If you do that, I would suggest trying to throw them off the edge like that. Not too difficult. And if you want to skip it, what you want to do is just run over to the edge like this. From here, there is a little spot where you can jump onto some very walkable geometry. So you can do that at running speed or normal speed like I just showed you, but the way you want to do the end is you want to start running and then just jump around it. That was actually a little bit close to actually hitting the trigger, but as you can see, it's not too tight. So yeah. Okay, so just around the corner here we have actually a pretty huge skip found by Sistrea. It's pretty difficult, but you can actually do it consistently if you use the right setup. I'm going to show you first the intended way to do this section, because it's much easier. I wouldn't really recommend this skip until you're like well into your Taifu speedrunning journey. But then I'll show you the full skip and then a variant that you can use that's about halfway in between. It's fully consistent, doesn't require as precise timing, but it saves about 6 seconds less. The full skip is like a 13-second save, and then the alternative is like a 7-second save. But anyway, let's get on with it. This is the intended way that you're supposed to do the level. Just jump across here, and then you want to hit this turnstile to turn the bridge, like we haven't been doing throughout the level. So we won't be able to jump straight back onto it, you have to run around here, and now you can jump onto the end and come over to the final coin fight. I like to throw this person off the, this snake, sorry, off the edge. Didn't count that time. And then come down here and do a chi blast. If it had have counted, we would be done, but if not, just kill one of these snakes. And yeah. So now the skip. Basically, we're just going to set up here and jump onto the end. Onto the end island. The spot I like to set up in is right next to this dark spot. This dark part of the texture that Ty's foot is on right now. I like to set up just to the right of that with Ty's foot sort of just in front of that texture, like the ball of his foot is right in line with that pixel. So hopefully I've got this set up right, and then you're just going to double tap forward on the D-pad to make sure that you don't like wobble in the air and lose any distance that way. And basically there's a certain point in the animation where we're going to try and press our X button so that we can get the maximum height or the maximum distance out of the jump. I'm not exactly sure how this works, whether it's sort of we get coyote time during the animation, or whether we get different height at different parts of the animation where we can input the X press. But anyway, just double tap the D-pad, and if you did it just press the X input, sorry, just a little bit later, then try and hit the right corner of that island. And yes, if you just delay it long enough, you can quite easily jump over here. I honestly would recommend just trying that if you're going to try and do the skip. It's not much more difficult than this way of doing it. But yes, for an alternative, you can walk over to this side, listen out for that bow charge once this guy is spawned, and then you can jump and get hit by the bow, do a kip up, and that will put you in a grounded state, and you can do a jump kick to land on this island. I'll see if I can do that one more time. Ooh. Alright, you gotta wait way longer than I'm waiting if you do it this way. Anyway, that's Temple Bridges. Okay, Mantis Caves, you just want to start running up as soon as you load into the level. And then you want to jump onto the wall here just before this statue. And then run to the right and jump off of that point, and you'll try and land up here. You can also do that at walking speed with a jump kick, but it's much easier to do it running. And then you want to come over here, try and avoid getting hit by that mantis, of course. And then there are two things you can do to end the level. You can try and jump off the wall and grab the coin like that. That's just a teeny tiny bit risky. Okay. I guess I have no choice but to recommend this. But if for some reason you're hitting the wall too early, you're just not consistent doing that, you can jump in the middle here, jump to the end, and then a jump at regular speed will hit that pretty easily, or I'm pretty sure you can just... Okay, not quite like that. Yeah, you can just do an R1 and X press at the same time. That'll sort of just do the regular jump. I think that's actually the fastest way not to jump off the edge. But a little bit of a tight timing window. Very simple level though. Okay, so Mantis Lair is another combat level, another boss level essentially, except we're fighting some clay mantises. So you just want to run up to a chi blast in the middle here, and then try and get off 6-hit tiger combos to refill the chi. And then get off these chi blasts. And then a leopard combo to finish the last guy, I believe, is fastest. In this cutscene, you have to wait till Mantis starts talking. Okay, and then there are two ways to do this second stage of the level. So you can either just do the easy way, run up here, and yeah, just follow this route, jump here, a little bit tight, jump like there, missed it. I'm pretty sure you can make that jump though, it's been a while. But then, anyway, I should have gone back to running speed, but regardless, you want to just stand on this pillar, or behind this pillar works as well, and press L1, it'll raise you up, jump over and grab the coin. Or you can come down here, leopard leap, leopard leap like that. You'll probably hit roughly this point. Leopard leap again. I was trying to do the advanced method. Basically, for the advanced method, you just want to get a little bit of extra distance on the second part of this jump. But yeah, like that. Ooh, I nearly got it. But anyway, yeah, if you don't do the advanced method, or if you fail it, you'll land about here. Just jump down and do the pillar raising thing. Otherwise... And that's the optimal way to do the end of the level. Just stay at running speed the whole time. Okay, so there's a strat here at the start of Cavern of Spirits that I consider TAS only. I think it's one of the hardest things to actually save time with if you do manage to pull it off, because it's pretty difficult to execute anyway. Okay, now the way that you and I are going to do this level is to run down right, jump here onto this rock outcropping sort of thing, and then you're going to want to jump down right. You can mess this up a fair bit if you don't have a good feel for it, like I didn't when I first started running this game. I kept jumping too far right, but if you jump like this, don't worry, you're not going to collide with the rock or anything. And you're going to land here and cut out a bit of the level. And then here again, we have some choices ahead of us. So for one, there's a gate blocking our way here. I'm just killing stuff for convenience. These red seeds are really annoying us to get in a combo. Anyway, we have this pedestal here, which when we activate it, we get the gate. So there are two ways that we can activate this pedestal. Number one, with a Chi Blast. That's faster. Number two, with a Chi Shot was the first example, or with a Chi Blast. The Chi Blast is slower, and obviously it takes a lot of Chi. So if you're going to do that option, what you can do is jump over to this island and grab this scroll. I think it's in invulnerability scroll. Sorry, and if you get to the pedestal, well, you still have enough Chi. You'll get a full Chi refill. If not, you want to do the Chi shot like this. Sorry, try and land there, and then shoot it from here. And then either way, the way we want to progress from here is to do a jump over to the left. We're intended to fall down the waterfall into this area, and if that happens, you want to activate this pedestal, grab this Chi, and just jump up underneath this platform, and eventually you'll walk up on top of it. And from there you can jump over here. Or if we manage to execute properly, we can run and land on that bit of rock there. I guess I jumped a little bit early. And then land on the platform here, saving a little bit of time. And then we're about to enter the coin fight to end the level. So the way that we want to approach this is we're going to do a Chi Blast, but we want to be in a specific spot right next to where one of the two enemies that spawn in front of us are going to spawn. And with luck, that will yield us 3 kills out of the Chi Blast instead of 2, so I'll just try and show you that. And then finish these last 2 snakes off with combos. So yeah, if you're not right next to this guy when you do the Chi Blast, it doesn't seem to work. I don't know if it's also tied to how quickly you get over there. It's a pretty easy fight, although if you get caught by the red guy, you can get messed up pretty bad and lose a lot of time. Okay, Crossroads is a ridiculously easy level. You want to start by running down left. Run up this ramp here. And then when you're on the rooftop here, you try to do a leopard dash jump onto the wall, onto this sloping part of the roof. And then once you get to the bottom of it, you have a bit of a pretty friendly window to press X and get another jump. Bit of a grounded state. Whoa. What the heck? The hell was that? Okay, I've never seen that before. But yeah, extremely easy level. Okay, so now we have Monkey Treetops, probably the hardest level in the game to do optimally. You want to start by running up right, sort of more right than up though. And it occurs to me that I haven't really explained what these scrolls do. When you pick them up, the Chi Blast effect or the Chi Shot effect that you have will change. depending on the symbol or the type of scroll that it is, and you get a full chi refill. Some of them, like invincibility and the invisibility that have a countdown, will refill your chi after you've used them up, so like I showed in Cavern of Spirits, that can allow you to essentially just have a free chi blast instead of using it for its invincibility or invulnerability. Anywho, so anyway, you want to run over here, pick that scroll up, or don't. Now, there's a fight here that we're not supposed to be able to get past, but we very easily can just jump around it. And it's pretty much inside this octagon, denoted by the red border and cut off by the carpet. So yeah, just run around here, or walk around there and jump if you want to be super safe. Corner cut here, and then try and get onto this elevator without getting hit by monkeys. That's one of the most painful things, is when you get hit by a monkey and miss an elevator cycle. But anyway, then you want to run over here. And we have a choice here whether we want to do this little skip to our right or continue on. If we continue on, you just want to stay at running speed, jump up, and jump past this monkey, onto this elevator, jump when it's nearing the top of its path, and then run down here. And then if we do the skip, this is where we're going to end up. And the way that works, just run over here, sort of to the right side of this fence, and then if you actually get on there, you can just wiggle, and then just once you're near the top, if you're doing the leopard dash, do a jump, and you'll sort of clip up past the last part of the wall and land here. Great time save, not too risky, so one that I would recommend doing right from the start. Anyway, then you want to run over here. Here we have a checkpoint fight, jump past that monkey. I like to do a chi blast right around, and then, oops, I guess use one thingy there to kill that guy. And then you want to hit these guys with single chi shots. I'll show you the TAS way of doing this as well, because it's sort of the same concept, but different, because there's another skip that's been found since that was made that obsoletes or cuts out one of the scrolls that we used to get later on. So you want to make sure you grab this fire scroll, essentially, is the point of that, before you exit the tree elevator. Not voluntary, by the way, so make sure you try and finish the fight near that, or collect it before you get the last kill. But from there, we want to run down here, jump over this elevator. Okay, so if we ride this elevator up, we can actually do a skip that used to be NG Plus only, found by Sergeant Silent. It's super precise. There's some tech that we're going to unlock later called a crane float that you can use in NG Plus that makes this absolutely free, but basically there's an extremely precise jump here that we can do with a leopard dash to skip a bit of the level. I'm going to show you the route if we didn't do that. And by the way, if we didn't do that, you could do another chi blast in the elevator, because we wouldn't need to save this fire scroll. But yeah, so you want to jump down here, hit this checkpoint, and then get past those monkeys and pick up that scroll. And then we'll be here, jump across here, and this is where we'll be skipping to. So I'll try and show you the trick. Again, this is like the temple bridges thing. We want to be a certain distance from the edge of the elevator while we start our run. So I like to set up, I think, like halfway across this line. Double tap left, oops. Okay, so you can see, you can actually delay that jump quite a bit. You have a good deal of coyote time. So that's actually quite easy. Just don't stress about not getting the first jump in. and then run onto this elevator regardless of your path. And then jump here. We have another skip here that's extremely difficult, especially because we don't have a checkpoint just before we try it. So if you don't do this skip, you want to come here. I like to shoot these guys once for the first 4. Whoops. For the first 4 big monkeys, and then finish them quickly with just a single tiger hit. And then with the 4th guy, I want to try to regain some of my chi. Obviously, I shot once extra there, so I'd like to have a bit more. But if you do, if you want to do the skip, it's a bit faster but extremely risky. From roughly here. Ooh. Yeah, you want to jump and try to hit the side there, and this is what makes it so risky. Yeah, not like in a good spot to get back. Yeah, that's ages away, so it's a very punishing place to fall. So what we're trying to do is land there, and then again we have that window to jump, so we want to jump without hitting the trigger. There is a little bit of a, you know, demarcated zone, non-militarized zone, anyway, that you can land on here. So don't stress too much about like crossing over in the second jump, but definitely don't just try to land there. I would say that's probably not a winning strategy. But yeah, it's not too strict. From there, either way, you want to run to the end, and this is our coin fight. I like to do the big guys with fireballs and the little guys with just a combo until I'm at 5, and then I'll do a full chi blast to finish them off. Oh, sorry. I cannot count to 7. My secret sham has been revealed to the world. Okay, so I'm going to show you the TAS fight for Monkey Skybox, as well as kind of going over my general strategy, because I can't do the TAS strat. You're going to skip this cutscene, and then after that, when the level loads in, run straight up. Once you nail the monkey, do a chi blast, and then try to get a full 6-hit combo. But yeah, when he comes down, you just want to be straight on him with combos to try and get more chi blasts in. I would recommend just doing that, try to get the 6-hit. Settle for the 5 maybe. And yeah, he maxes out at throwing 15 coconuts. And they get faster each time the amount increases, or depending on the stage of the fight he's in, I guess. Okay, what a terrible fight. Do what the TAS does. And this is the other cutscene in the game that I know about that can hang if you mash start too early. Or if you press it at the wrong time, I should say. Yeah, there you go. So don't do that. Just wait a second to see some movement or the lighting change, and then press start. And then when you load up into the second phase, just run up, jump onto this elevator. And then there's a trick here that you can do, I would recommend it. You just do, a jump kick underneath this seesaw here, and you'll up warp onto it. And from there you just jump kick again, do it right away, and you'll up warp onto that platform as well. Like that. If you're not comfortable with that for whatever reason, you just run around this circuit as normal. Do this at running speed if you want. And then you'll get here and do that. And there's a couple of ways to do these lanterns. The fastest is to hit this one and then that one and go straight into the coin. Alternatively, you can bounce on this one, the second one, and hit the coin. Or play it safe, bounce on all three. I guess I should also explain the monkey tech before we go any further. So even though we're not going to use it, basically all it is one, we can jump and then press R1 in the air to hit a monkey ball, or we can run on the ground and then press R1 to hit a monkey ball. And we have various options like press square and you do a kip up out of that, do X and you do a monkey jump, which is an attack, and leads into monkey bounces, which is basically like we're just bouncing on an enemy like this, not really useful anywhere. So yeah, this is essentially the only use, apart from like one other spot, for monkey tech. Okay, so Crane Harbour has a new skip that I found like just a few hours ago, but I'll show you the old route first because it's easier and more consistent. So if you're doing the old route, you want to start just by holding down and then doing a regular jump. Oh, sorry. Only if you want that scroll, which we don't. So you want to do a running jump and then land here, come up this ramp, and attack that crane. One of the reasons they call this Crane Harbour. Anyway, jump over here, come to this second crane, attack the handle. And that's opening where these poles are. There are gates, and when we hit the crane, we open them. Yeah, here we want to do a little bit of a skip. Instead of jumping, instead of hitting this crane, we're just going to jump past the gate that it opens, which is like over there. So it's pretty easy, just run. Don't wait until you die. Jump and you will land here. Very easy skip. Probably should have been fixed in development, but I'm not here to criticize. So yeah, that's the old route. The new route is to run this way and jump onto this one. Sorry. A little bit more precise on the start. Okay, I'm making it look worse than it is. But you want to jump here, run up this ramp. Importantly, don't grab any jade, don't jump, otherwise this gate will spawn. But if you don't do any of those things and you land here and you just run straight ahead, the gate won't be there. So you can just run and do the jump that we did just a second ago. Really random. Probably I should have found that a long time ago, but anyway. So you want to just run straight ahead here. You can make these jumps as swaggy as you want, but basically come over and jump on this lantern and then run to this checkpoint. Again here we have a divergence of paths. I would say almost everyone is going to want to take the right path here, because the skip on the left path is very, very difficult. If you take the right path, basically you're going to grab this scroll, it's a lightning scroll. This is awesome because the lightning bolts are one-hit kills, just like a Chi Blast. And then from here, you can try to jump straight to this platform if you're a madman, or from this corner onto this platform, and then onto this second boat. I like to do a regular jump from there instead of trying to risk it and go for another leopard jump. So jump here, do an R1 jump, and I guess you'll monkey jump over. I forgot that I had the monkey power up, but then yeah, you want to run back here, and we just bounce across these lanterns, come to the end fight, which is to our left, and yeah, we just want to shoot lightning, it's like the swan, so crane ladies that appear here. Very quick and easy fight. The alternate way is to pick up, well, I would recommend picking up this lightning regardless, and then you want to run over here. Not necessary, but you can pick this up. I find it helpful. And then we're gonna try and just jump straight to the final area with the coin fight there. So I like to set up like on this third line across. Didn't make it. Maybe a little bit over. And just like in the Monkey Treetops NG+, sorry, former NG+ only skip, we're just going to try and hit the side of this platform over to our right and then jump from there. Really make use of the coyote time is the way you're going to get these difficult jumps. Okay, so Pirate's Junk starts with a boss fight. There are 3 phases in the boss fight. We're going to try and skip one because that's the fastest way to do it. It's not really risky to try this, so I would go for it. There's also a way that you can skip 2 phases of the fight, but that's actually slower than skipping just 1 phase, so not recommended. Yeah, get into it. So basically, this is also where triple shots are actually helpful. When this guy lands, you want to jump, try and do a kick, and then hit triple shots on him. And then after we do 2 of those, he's going to go red and invulnerable, and we need to grab a barrel to hit him. From there, I would try and do 2 more triple shots, and then get a chi blast off. There's an example of it not working, so since he's gone red again, that's another phase. We're going to have to cross the ship. Okay, that's really annoying. And you want to leave him in this phase where he's trying to jump at you. Otherwise he's going to throw his boomerang when we're trying to carry this barrel back. And that's very annoying to deal with, honestly. So you just want to grab that. Try and avoid letting the rats get near you, and just walk it across the ship. And just finish him like that. Alright, so that's what it looks like when you actually get him. You would actually want to finish him off with another triple blast, but I panicked. So yeah, here we have unlocked a new technology, crane floats. So basically you jump, you press X while you're in the air, you hold it, or even better, you mash it, and yeah, your downward momentum basically stops. There is an art to this, depending on the use. If you want to maintain your height as best as possible, you want to just really mash as fast as you can, because even while you are in the actual floating animation or in the actual floating state, you will be going down a little bit, but right when you press X or to initiate it, when it's not initiated, it will completely halt your downward momentum or downward motion. So yeah, if you want to jump to something, you really need to maintain your height, mash as fast as you possibly can, but also try to get off of the button as quick as you can, because we want to, well, you have a certain amount of time that you can press the button after jumping off of this surface or the floor or whatever. You have a certain amount of time that the X button can be held down before the crane float runs out, so if you really space it out but get off the button quickly, and you can get some really long floats, probably definitely longer than I think the developer intended. And that's fine as long as you're willing, or if it's beneficial, to lose height as you do it. Yeah, anyway, I like to mash with my index finger when I need to go fast, or when I need precision really, because I can also get it off the button quicker than my thumb. So anywhere where it's not absolutely free, I guess I use the index finger. But yes, anyway, after you beat the boss here, you'll be roughly here. You want to just run over to this side of the ship, and from here, You're intended to jump onto this part of the ship and then do a crane float over to the floor. But it's much easier, you can just get onto this lower part and you can crane float from there very easily. Or you can do a leopard dash if you go a little bit further back, which is marginally faster. Okay, Crossroads 2, super simple level, just skip the cutscene here, basically when Mantis starts talking. And then we're gonna run and jump right once we load in. Land on the roof here, and float over to this roof. Okay, so when Great Wall starts, we're gonna run left straight away. And if you're doing the pro strategy, you'll kind of just want to run up to this scroll and pick it up like that, and then come to this part of the geometry, the wall, and jump. And do a really quick mash to float over to this side. If you don't mash quickly, you'll hit the side here, and that's insta-kill geometry. If you're not comfortable with mashing fast, you can just run up here. Oh, sorry, what am I doing? You want to run up to the top of the wall, and then jump from the side here, around to this spot in this little roofed area, and these guys are just going to jump straight over you off the wall, so it's a very easy way to cheese that fight pretty fast as well. And then you just grab that scroll and continue as normal. But then once you're here, or from the other direction, you want to get on this wall and pass the checkpoint, jump up here, and then once we walk out onto the left side of the wall here, that door that you can see just on the left side of the screen is going to come charging at us. So we're going to run out into that path to activate it to come after us, and then double back as quickly as we can. Basically we just want it to hit the wall and it'll get stunned for a second, and then we can double back again and jump past it. So I'll try to put that into practice. I didn't turn around fast enough at all. So there you go, pretty easy. Float around the wall, around the sloped area like that, and then just run and jump on these things. Float across this, and then come to this platform. I would suggest index mashing here, and this is another scenario where you want to get off the button as quickly as possible to maximize your chances. So just float across like that. If you fall down here, no big deal. You can just walk and jump up this rock, and then there's a much friendlier mash to get across to this. Regardless, once you're on this platform, we're about to do another skip. Ahead of us we have this fight where there are 4 boars that are going to jump down from sort of this ramp in front of us. They spawn very slowly. They use up our chi when we kill them like this. So you can do this, or you can very easily just skip the fight in a bizarre way. You can just walk against the wall or run against the wall. And as long as you don't touch the actual brick floor, the fight won't activate. So then, yeah, you can start wiggling and walking up this ramp here, get to the top, go to the side. I believe there's another fight here that we're skipping just by jumping on the side of the wall, so follow my path pretty closely, and then we're here just before the coin fight to end the level. Now this is, I wouldn't say this is 100% solved yet, because there is, similar to the Bamboo Hill throwing strategy that we have, there is a spawn manipulation here where we can walk against the wall and make one of the boars that spawns throwable right away. It also makes it attackable right away. Is the more important important in this scenario because I believe the fastest way to actually do this level is to run up to the end and shoot this ball that just spawned there and then hit him, and then do that again I think 5 times, and then go and grab the coin and finish the last ball that spawns off with 2 of those in a row. That's just theoretical at the moment. There are other ways to do it. I'm going to show you the tasks. I'm going to try and sort of do that as well. Okay, so that's basically the way I envision the optimal ending. Yeah, alternatively, you can just kind of stand next to the coin, essentially, and wait for the guys on either side to come to you. So when there's 2 of them, do a full chi blast. When there's just this guy on the right coming, do a single shot. And the same with those 2 last guys. And that's also a pretty fast way to complete it. Okay, so now we have Tiger Mountains. Great level, 11 out of 10 in my opinion. But yeah, regardless of whether you're doing the pro sort of strategy or the beginner strategy, you're going to run up and to the right here, and then on this wall there's a stand point we can get to, like in Leopard Jungle. So you want to first jump to you want to jump to like this white line essentially, and then walk on the right side of it, and you'll get pretty high. And then you can jump to a walkable spot right here. You can just stand here if you want to. But then yeah, you're going to run up here, run to the left. We used to go to the right, but again earlier today I found this. You can just run over here and jump onto this geometry, and if you hear the music stop, that means you've hit a load trigger. So you want to run up here, grab this fire scroll if your depth perception allows it, and then run over to the left, come up to the back here and try to jump on top of this invisible geometry up above the tent. And then from here we're going to run, do some back tapping to get some height. That looks good. And then from here, we're going to crane float our way over to the back of this wall, and grab that checkpoint, of course. And that checkpoint is for a fight that takes place in the sort of arena down below us. This is one of the ways that we can skip it. Probably, I would say it's the easier way. And it's also the faster way, which is great. So from here, you want to jump and space out your floats a little bit, because we want to get upward to a platform here at the end of this wall. That worked out pretty well. And then from here, we want to hit another load trigger, because the end of the level and the end of level fight aren't loaded yet. So what you want to do is just come to sort of this corner, and then maintain as much height as possible, but try and float out and try and get the music to change. Once that happens, of course, the level will appear in front of us, as it has. And then there are a couple of things you can do. You can just jump straight up here, and you'll be essentially at the end of the level. Or you can float this way, basically the same thing. Except we'll get to the end of the level 5. You want to wait for both balls to jump down, so I've messed that up a little bit. Alternatively, if you fail that, like you can't get back, try to jump and float over here, land on this particular part of the geometry and jump back up, and then from here walk along here right to about this point. You can see there's some geometry occluding tie there, so don't go past that line, but jump and float, and then you can sort of get under the geometry that loaded in while we were up here and climb to the end of the level like that. If you don't want to risk that, because we could theoretically still fall into the checkpoint fight that's back there, you can also just jump up these. Sorry. Not this one, what am I even doing? You want to get this checkpoint and then jump up. Sometimes the physics on these change for a reason that I don't understand, and it looks like that's happened, so I guess you'll want to be doing the float up the back here. It's pretty friendly, so I would really recommend just trying to do it the optimal way. And then yeah, that's a pretty good finish for the level. Okay, so now the beginner strategy again. Climb this wall. This time we're going to go around to the right because we're not going to do the tent skip thing. So you want to come up here. And then ahead of this checkpoint we have that checkpoint fight that we warped up to the cliff behind. We can skip this from here as well by just jumping off the edge. Don't float too close to the arena, otherwise the fight will start. But yeah, if you do that, float over to this, you can just jump up to the ground here, wait for the next area to load, and then cross the checkpoint and proceed on through the level. Otherwise, like you saw, we will just land here, and we'll have to fight through these guys. I think the optimal strategy is to kill the one up here that I'm blasting close to him, like at the top of this ramp, then collecting more chi and blasting close to him again, because they won't die from one chi blast. Regardless, I really think skipping the fight is easy. You don't need to land at the base of that tower like that. You can also, like if you didn't space out your floats good enough, land there, and then just float around the whoops, float around the backside, so like that, and you can up warp to here. If you cross the checkpoint area before the area loads in, when it does load, the game is going to crash, so that's why you want to avoid that. But yeah, this is by far the easiest way to do it. Then you just want to run over here. I don't think we encountered ice physics before, but you sort of slide and jump, you go back to regular run jump speed, I think. And you gain momentum as you move on ice. Anyway, just run around here, jump on the bridge. And from here, I would personally recommend... should have saved state, but anyway, I would personally recommend grabbing this fire scroll and then float around here and do the level climbing thing. But you don't have to do the level climbing, you can also just both down there and up here like I tried to show before. You can jump into a sort of crevice on the side of the ice. It is consistent, but it's just a little bit precise to do. And then you can just up warp to the top. So right side, left side, they both work. I like the left side better, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you can, I'm pretty sure, back tap jump, so tap back at the same time that you jump, and that should increase your chances a little bit if memory serves. Regardless of how you do it, you want to get up to this point. And also, if you don't want to float around the back up the top for some reason, let's say you're getting stuck behind the ice, you can come here and then just float around the tree. If you fail this float, don't panic, don't go back, just come here, float across here and jump up. And then you do the end fight the same as you did before. How do I stop running? Okay, mountain pass, we want to start by running down left and stop when you're here, or press, I forgot about the monkey roll, never mind. So stop when you're here and just do a crane float over to this slope. You can jump and walk on these, and then eventually you want to float over to here, and once we cross into this ice arena, with the pillars around it, we're going to have the ball fight. So this is kind of one of the easiest bosses to choose. You just want to get close to him. So the way I do it is I get close to him, and I try to spam 6-hit combos. You just want to essentially mash square and then mash triangle as fast as you can. If you're quick, you'll keep him stuck in this loop the whole time. If he blocks you, you have a window to get him back into the loop like that, but it's pretty tight. So yeah, you basically just want to avoid him jumping off to throw bombs at you, because you can't get up there and do damage to him. The TAS way to do it is faster than I can do it, and you can also just hit him with 3-hit combos, and I think that more consistently doesn't lead to him jumping onto the pillars, but I believe it's also slower just a little bit than the 6-hit combos. And he can sometimes do that thing where he pushes you back and blocks what he just did. If you do have the opportunity, you want to manipulate him so that he's jumping over to this side of the arena during the fight, because it walks slowly in this animation at the end to that side of the arena. You'll see, because he's so far away this time, he's going to take immortal age. So yes, the closer the better. I wonder if you can manipulate straight into the end position.
Your kung fu's no good.
Regardless of how you do that fight, the end of the level is in a, the end of the first phase of the level is in a cave off to our right here. So you can just run straight over here, and then do a crane flight. Oh, oops. And try to sort of go back on this geometry as well. And then you can do a monkey ball, and you will be able to stand on this geometry, jump on it, jump up, and walk around to the left and hit the level end trigger. Alternatively, you can jump on the statue head that fell down, jump on this pillar, float over to this pillar, and then from here it's even easier to just float over to this side, jump around the back of this ice, and run to the end of the level. I would recommend the monkey ball procedure to any level really. It's not very difficult, despite the fact that I just died doing it. And then this part of the level is also very easy. So basically we're just going to float. Space out your floats like this to conserve it if you need to, down to this platform here. That's the end of the level. Do watch out that you don't go too far left, because you'll hit this really annoying side of the mountain here, so that this is the developer's way of intending to stop you from... this is the developer's intended way of stopping you from floating to the end of the level. You just go too far left and you get pushed down and back and fall to your death. So yes, I would index smash, get off the button quickly, go slowly around here, and then just grab the coin. And after this cutscene, we will have unlocked the final tech in the game, uppercuts. Okay, so this is technically like another level, a sub-level or something that you can select from the level select menu, Crossroads 3. All it is you want to come up here and do a dragon uppercut or like a tiger uppercut or whatever to break that door down and grab the coin. And then we transfer into Shadow Gauntlet proper. Okay, so there's a few ways that you can do the start of Shadow Gauntlet. I'll start with the easiest way, the old route. So there are a couple of ways to do the old route as well. Basically you'll want to run to this point, and then you can either jump and just do leopard dashes across to this floor, and then you can use these lanterns to get up to this area on our left. You can either do that by using all three, or if you're a real risk taker with a lot of swag, you can just do these two. You can also do that by jumping here and then doing a crane float and a regular bounce off this. That is a little bit precise because you have to land sort of on the far side of that first lantern to make this work, but it is a little bit faster and it's not really that costly if you mess it up. Yeah, I guess I'll show both skips now that aren't the best one. So firstly, the old way of doing it is you can just float around here and then up warp onto this pillar, and then from here you want to crane float over to the area in front of us. And you want to do a decently fast mash to make this work as easy as possible, because we're going to try and... I'm surprised that didn't work, honestly. Avoid jumping there. I was very lucky not to die. You can also do a leopard dash, but I'm not going to show you that. You can up warp or phase through this wall pretty easily. If you need the health, grab this health, and this is the route I would take if you are doing the jumping and you know, need some health. Then float over here. And then you would do this at running speed, just come up this way. And this is where we're going to skip to now. So there's two ways of doing that. You can either space out your crane float from here, and sort of when you're behind this, I don't know what to call this, recess, I guess. You can go left. I didn't do it soon enough or whatever. Maybe I didn't space out my crane float enough. Anyway. Then you can warp up to the top here. That's actually quite easy despite me dying 2 times to show you. I guess don't go too early or your camera might get stuck like this. Okay, and then the optimal way to do the level is to run down here. And then you would do some back taps to get some height here. Try and get as much height as possible. And then I like to press R1. I believe it's necessary actually, now that I mention it. And from this high position you want to jump and try and float around from the back here. Sorry. If you land past the wall, you'll have this spot where you can walk. Then you want to jump off that and float around. Ooh. Unlucky, sometimes you die. If you hit some insta-kill geometry. I think I may have needed to turn in a bit quicker even. Okay, so there's a successful attempt with the, I think, most optimal float path. You can also just do sort of the thing that we did before a little bit. Bounce off of this. And I find this a bit more precise because you can't really see where you're going so much. Eventually we arrive here, just run. Don't jump, I think that makes it more likely for that guy to hit you. We've got a checkpoint fight to skip just in front of us, so you want to come up to this point and then jump to the right here, space out your jumps so that you can land past that little triangle that I just clipped. Very easy task, honestly. So yeah, if you go like here, you will trigger the fight. If you jump here, you'll trigger the fight. So just jump out to the right, get that little push, and then conserve as much as you can for this little last bit. Wait for this next area to load. If you get caught in this fight, the fastest thing you can do is, I believe, to uppercut these guys. Like a punch. They're also pretty easy to throw. Anyway, once you're past this checkpoint, there are two ways that we can get to the end of the level. You can either do the old route, the intended route, more or less, not really, and that's to come down to this corner here, do a jump kick, and then try to land on this platform. A little bit past the corner, I guess, would be a safer lineup. And land on this platform, and then you want to do just like a monkey ball bounce past these lanterns. Try to sort of land on the inside, and then jump to here. I would suggest crane floating here. You can just leopard jump. Same here. I don't really know why I did that. That's the way you want to float over. And then you can just walk against the wall here and walk against this seam, and you'll pop up to the top there. Try to jump. If you don't jump, you'll fall down. Alternatively, we can get to the end of the level by running over to the right here, and I believe this is faster RTA, and then you want to crane float, go against this wall to get a grounded state. Didn't work out just then, so try to use that thing only once and as quickly as possible. Anyway, float over here, and then float around here, conserve your crane float if you want to, it's a pretty easy float, and then run up these stairs to the right, and we're at that scene again to get to the end of level coin fight. I have major trouble with this for essentially no reason. As you can see, it can be legitimately annoying if you don't get it. I do find running helps. I should have done that first as well. But yeah, you can just throw those guys off the edge, fight them, tiger uppercut. It's all pretty equivalent, essentially. But I would definitely personally go with this route. I think it's easier to execute and faster. Okay, Forbidden Palace, the final boss. We want to start the level by shooting some chi shots up into the slightly to the left, I should say. 3 is pretty good, and then we're just going to wait for Dragon to arrive here. I like to to Tiger uppercut him right away and chi blast when I fail. And then he's going to go fly off to do the cycle. What I like to do here is jump onto this roof. He's going to shoot once and then fly right back to here. If you don't fly onto the roof like that, I think I've messed it up. Yeah. If you don't fly back onto the roof in time, back onto the ice in time, you will just continue with the cycle like normal. Yeah, in a general cycle he shoots way more blast than that. And I'll just show you that now because you've got to defend yourself as well. You've got to prepare for the air. So in this instance you just want to hold on when it crouch, and Ty should be able to fend off every attack he throws at you. More consistent than doing the other thing. And then yeah, comes back. Chi blast and uppercut. And that is Tai Fu, Wrath of the Tiger. Yeah.